Hello there and welcome to the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home to the Ohio State Buckeyes, one of the great settings in sport, and man, this place is rocking today. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it, as we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the second-ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Wolverines will kick this away to get us going. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And here's the handoff. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him and picks up some positive yards.
Here's the second down play. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Short connection to the tight end here. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
Good job of reading the blitz here by the quarterback. And it doesn't matter where it's coming from. The tight end knows that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an outlet. Anytime you see that kind of pressure, those extra bodies are starting to come after the quarterback. Quarterback's going to turn and get the ball out of his hands quickly, this time to the tight end for the first down.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. First down, looking to throw the football. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. And he'll scoot out of bounds after a short gain, not enough for the first down. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Well, it's a beautiful run here for the first down, really living up to that reputation of the great backs that they've had over the years. Think about Archie Griffin and Eddie George, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, just so many great backs.
Football comes out. It bounces past the sideline, out of bounds, and they avoid the turnover there.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. You can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more.
The pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Not much on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 41.
Well, here it is, opening drive of the game. You're just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. Poor decision by the quarterback. That's 100% on him, and this defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Looking to pass here on second down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. You recall the last time they played, the Wolverines won a very close game. That has not been forgotten in Columbus for a single minute since then.
No, and if I remember right, it was the Michigan defense that really stepped up and prevailed and led them to a close victory the last time out. Let's see what happens today if the Buckeyes offense can make the adjustments.
Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Defense is coming after him. And the pass is incomplete. The defense holds on 4th down, and they'll take over.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
This is not how you draw it up as an offensive coordinator. You got a 1st down play, and you go backwards. Now you're behind the sticks, and that play just never seemed to have much of a chance at all.
Second down play coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up the throw. Misses the receiver. Incomplete. Well, for many, this is the quintessential college football rivalry. It combines tradition, high intensity, and very often high stakes.
Yeah, Chris, I really think the rivalry has changed over the years. Guys in my era would tell you it was a game that was the most heated but the most respected because of the way you were recruited by both schools. There was the Woody, there was the Bo influence on the rivalry. But I think in the new social media era, I think it's more about hatred for the two schools. From both sides, it's just a different feel. We'll feel that today when these teams go at it.
The ball near midfield. The head coach decides to go for it on 4th down.
Jackrabbit. Tuna. Logger. Go.
Looking to chuck it again. And he finds his target. He has the first. And he goes down, but the important thing, it's enough to move the sticks and a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a 1st down.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Get set.
They'll run it to the right side. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
In the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Receiver makes the grab. Stopped at the 43. This offense picks up another 1st down.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense?
Easy.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
The good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up the 1st down here on this next play.
Offense sets the formation. It's 3rd down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. He's escaping the pocket now. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. They've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Trying for a fourth down completion. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. And it's broken up nicely. A defensive stop and a turnover on downs.
Chris, I like the call here, going for it on fourth down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop, and they get the ball back.
And he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. That'll do it for the first quarter of play. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the defense joins the party with a pick six. They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And here's the return from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back through a pick six in the last possession. And they'll use the ground game here. Breaking free at the 35. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Finally brought down after an explosive play for this offense. Big gain. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down. Well, it's a big risk to play man-to-man coverage by this defense, and this time they get caught. Great timing between the quarterback and his receiver. You can see what can happen when that timing is right. Big things can happen.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Second down, looking to throw it. Makes a quick grab. Touchdown, Michigan. Strong game by this quarterback. Lining up to try the extra point. And it's up and good.
The extra point is good.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. The last time they went for it on fourth down, they didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. And that catch is hauled in. They bring him down, but a solid game there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the mark there.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Okay, ready?
Come to the line for second down and very short now.
Freedom, freedom. Moves.
Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. He's moving out of the pocket now. On the run here, taking a deep shot. And it's caught way downfield inside the 35.
Boy, what a big-time play here by this wide receiver. You know, sometimes, Chris, I wonder if Woody Hayes would be enjoying this modern passing attack from his Buckeyes. I like to think that winning would outweigh any concerns he may have about that ball being in the air so often.
Second down after that previous play.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Trying to extend the play. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And they're able to get him down.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
It's third down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Well, that's exactly how you dice up a zone coverage. Nice throw downfield here on third down, and a really good route to give the quarterback a chance to make that play.
Hands off to the left. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Getting set. Here's second down.
Jackrabbit.
Quarterback appears to be changing the play. They look to throw it here on second down. Catch made on the right side. And they get him down after the completion. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute warning. Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
They need less than a yard for a first down. They'll go for it on 4th.
Here we go.
And they'll try the quarterback sneak. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. The Buckeyes line it up with 1st and goal. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
There's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
On 2nd and goal, they hand it to him again. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for a running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
And they tack on the extra point. Now they get set to kick it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. The pass rush closing in. Got him for a sack. A big play made by one of the senior leaders of this defense. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. short loss in the play sets up 2nd and long from the 18. And he drops back in the gun. Lets it go quickly. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. And that is a first down gain. Moves the ball to the 40.
After that completion, Chris, on this corner route, see if the offensive coordinator comes out later in the same look, but this time sends the receiver fake to the outside to the corner and back to the inside on a post. He'll catch the defense off guard.
Throws to the tight end. And he's got it. Breaks out of the crowd into open space. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. And the Wolverines line up on 1st and 10 now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He's got some room. Can he get there? And he'll get there. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
And the extra point splits the uprights. The PAT ties the game here in the 2nd quarter now. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The passing game is so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Defense able to contain him after that juke, but he picks up a solid gain. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Extending the play now. And that's good for a first down near the 40. The Buckeyes will come to the line to run the hurry up. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Under pressure, just lets it go. And he just throws it away incomplete. Didn't see anybody open. He's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point, move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is. They do a good job of it right here.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up 3rd down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well. He didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. He'll take a deep shot. And it's intercepted as he threw it into heavy traffic that time. Not much room in that return. Tackled at the 16, but an important takeaway for this defense.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. He makes the grab. The stop made at the 45, but enough for a 1st down. One more play before they head to the locker room. Looking to throw it on 1st down. And the pass falls incomplete on the final play of this 1st half. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Buckeyes will kick this away to begin the 2nd half. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. And is intercepted. Going the other way, can they catch him? Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, we talked to him during the week, and he told me he was a high school corner. And I can see why. He's got tremendous ball skills to make that play and then to be able to take it all the way back for a touchdown. Just outstanding.
And the PAT is good. The kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. 14. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after going to pick 6 last time out here. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. First down, looking to throw the ball. And here comes a deep shot. Catch made down inside the 25. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air.
Man, the defense seems to be all about loading up to stop the run. They're creating some one-on-one opportunities, and the quarterback and receiver make them pay for it with a great play.
Will he score here? Touchdown, Michigan. Still no answer for this offense.
Chris, he broke free from the line of scrimmage. I thought he might have a 10 or 15-yard gain, but he shows you the speed that he has to take it all the way to the house.
See if they can convert the point after. The PAT is up and good, so we're tied up here in the third quarter. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Running right through tacklers. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
One play moves the ball to the 44. It'll be first down. Receiver in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. The Buckeyes come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. And the single back takes the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. The defense stops him short of the marker in that screen. Fourth down coming up.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he could get the yards after the catch, enough for the first down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
The ball near midfield. The offense going to go for it on fourth down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go. He's got it. A fourth down conversion. Drive stays alive.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
The game makes it second and medium. He hands it off from the gun. Fighting off the defender. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. The Buckeyes are in the red zone. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. Well within field goal range now, but they're hoping for more as they line up here on third down.
Here we go.
Can he get there on the ground? That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. Fourth down now.
Well, they run the football here. I thought he might have enough room to be able to extend and get across that first down mark, but he's going to be a couple yards short. Good job by the defense at having awareness of space there and knew exactly what they needed to do to bring him down.
So they'll pass up the chip shot field goal attempt and go for it on fourth down.
Hey. Lizzie. Hey.
They'll hand it off. Great cut there. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Boy, that is some determination by this offense here. Picking up a new set of downs on the run. The call works out perfectly. You just needed 2 yards. You pick it up. And now you've got another chance at points.
Buckeyes line up with a first and goal. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. And they finally stop him at the 3. The offense really threatening now.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Got it.
All right, it's second down and goal now for this offense.
29 Philly.
They'll try to run this one in. And the defense wraps him up. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires.
Roll it.
Try to make it with a quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Buckeyes. That puts them on top in the second half. So they reach the end zone after a marathon march. How about the execution in that drive, Kurt?
Well, I know a lot of times people get excited for the big plays. They're fun to watch. But what's impressive to me is an offense that can put together a long drive and then finally cap it off with a touchdown. That way you don't have to always rely on the big plays. That's a great drive.
PAT is good. They slammed into the kicker and penalty markers are down. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. On the kickoff is hammered, sails out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. It's a toss play to the right. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Past the 20. Touchdown, Wolverines. It was a foot race and he won it.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. A beautiful, balanced drive. Reached the end zone last time. Can they keep it going here? And it's good for a first down to the 36.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And then first down, right back to the running game. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. He bought some time, now lets it go. A little bit too much air on that throw by the junior quarterback.
Yeah, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Important play right here. Close game, fourth quarter, third and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. He's a wide-open receiver, complete. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
He'll be brought down just a few inches short of that first down mark.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
On third and short, they hand the ball off. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Yeah, I love how the back didn't really dance around trying to make a big play. He knew it's third down in inches, lower the shoulder, get the first down.
On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Second down.
Second down play coming up for this offense.
Here we go.
The back's got it. And tackled after a small pickup there.
Positive yards at this point in the game are always important, especially now that you're starting to get well within the range of a field goal to take the lead. But if I'm this offensive coordinator and quarterback, I'm thinking about a touchdown here late in the game.
On third down, he drops to throw. The sophomore able to get home with the sack. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit.
Great call here going with that nickel defense, giving you more speed on the field on that third down and long. Nowhere to go. Gave the defensive line plenty of time to come up with that sack. And now it's fourth down and long.
And it's good. And they've reclaimed the lead with that.
Well, you talk about a clutch kick. Good job by the snapper and the holder. The kicker gives them the lead. But remember, This one is certainly a long way from being over here in the fourth.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. Look him out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Michigan. And they'll claim the fourth quarter lead. Now they'll try to add on the PAT late in this game. PAT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. State offense comes back onto the field. So it's going to come down to this, Kirk. Can this offense execute when it matters most?
Chris, it's a rivalry game. It's a 2-minute drill.
He'll be taken down. The defense rises up with a sack in a crucial moment.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
So from the 16-yard line, it's now 2nd and long. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And the pass is incomplete.
Now that's going to bring up a critical 3rd down here as we're late into this football game in a drive where they need points. This quarterback's got to take control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays that you could go to, whether it's a run or a pass, but you've got to come up with a 1st down.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. He's got it for a big gain. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. That's a great example that he's up to it.
And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Now it's 2nd down here. Quarterback drops back. No connection there. The pass is incomplete.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
So off the incompletion, it sets up a 3rd down and 3. The quarterback making some changes at the line. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a 1st down.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that 1st down.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. He's moving out of the pocket. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game.
Chris, this one's on the quarterback, in my opinion. He's got to have a better feel and a presence in the pocket to be able to either check it down or get rid of the ball. You just can't take the sack.
8th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And he'll set up to throw. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. The QB throws his 3rd hit of the day.
I get wanting to be aggressive, but down late in the game like this, that's a throw you just can't make. And now, you're probably not going to get the ball back. This could end up costing him the game.
There's the handoff. He shreds the tackle.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
The Wolverines expect to be able to run the clock out here in the final minute for the W. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has a handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. The offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half.
Timeout, Michigan.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. It's complete on the crossing route. Makes the 1st down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
Well, why not, Chris? Here we are in the 4th quarter. It's 3rd down. This guy's been making plays all game long. Go back to him again, and it works out.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. There might not be a sweeter feeling in college football if you walk off the field knowing that you have taken care of business and beaten a rival.
Nothing better than that. That's one of the feelings that you'll never forget. For everyone in this program who supports this team and played on that football field, they'll never forget this win. A well-earned victory and bragging rights until they play again.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.